Hey guys, Orna here, and I just wanted to do a real quick video about this build that I've been doing. Just to start it off the bat, it's a Lonex M4. The upgrades are a JG Blue motor, 13:1 ratio gears by core, G&G M120 spring. I think it's an SHS ball bearing spring guide. I'm not sure. It was in here when I got it, but it's definitely not Lonex. SHS 15 tooth piston, steel teeth, JG piston head, and Lonex air seal nozzle. The rest of it, it's got its RHR SC MOSFET, 16 gauge wire, G&G trigger contacts, what it looks like, really weird contacts, black. Now, I did have a couple problems with this build. The biggest one is the fact that the armature is bent just very slightly, and just imagine something like spinning like this. That's basically what that would do, and so it's really difficult to get shimming properly, like shimming proper. So I had to bend it back a little bit, and I bent it back to the best of my abilities. Didn't want to break anything, so I bent it back, and it's bent back fairly straight. And then for some reason, whenever I would shim the beveled pinion with just the gearbox and not the receiver in, it sounded great when I shot it outside the receiver, but then I put it inside the receiver without changing anything. It sounded terrible, and it actually, oopsies, it wouldn't even, forgot my battery's plugged in, it wouldn't even pull the spring all the way back. So my shimming was extremely off for some reason. So what I did is I put it back in the receiver, and I shimmed it, beveled pinion. I shimmed it with the receiver in, so that meant that there couldn't be any discrepancy in there. There wasn't any off spec, misalignment, basically what I'm saying. So you probably heard it shoot right there. It does sound kind of screechy, that's why. And it's because the armature's bent and the JG pinion gear meshing with the core bevel just simply doesn't work. They don't mesh very well at all. And that's nothing I can do about that, and it sounds a little screechy, but it'll work. Meshing issues normally don't cause too much wear unless it's a very, very bad meshing issue. Something like aim top or APS meshing issues that are just bad. So anyway, yeah, you just heard it shoot, but I'm gonna shoot it again. One cool thing I did with this gun, and at least I think it's kind of cool, is instead of, the problem is if I pull the trigger on safety, it would go almost all the way back, and it would just barely not hit the contacts, completing a circuit. It would almost fire by itself, basically, on safety. So what I did is I shimmed the trigger safety bar, and it's solid now. It doesn't want to move at all. So that's kind of cool. And then I'll switch back to semi, and just easily, there's no stiffness, it's rubbing. It's perfect, really. Well, I could shim it slightly more, but that's really good right there. So I'm going to keep it like it is. Any more, and I might catch it. So anyway, it has really good switching. I did have to put a little bit of rubber on the selector plate. So for some reason, it wasn't bumping into the safety bar as well. So I had to shim it as well. So I had to shim two safety things. But in the end, it turned out really well. And I like it, and it's very crisp. Second thing I did that was pretty cool is I shimmed the mag well to make the mag tighter. Initially, the mag would come out while he was running with it, and that's no good. Don't want that. So I shimmed it a little bit, and it doesn't come out at all when you shake it. There's still a bit of wobble. That's there because if I didn't have any wobble, it'd be impossible to get out. So yeah. So that's it right there. And I'm running on this LiPo. It's his LiPo that I bought for him, and just for this build. So it's a 1300. It's 11.1 volt, 1300 mAh, 25 to 50 C battery. It does get a little warm in this setup, but it's the only buffer tube LiPo that fits. So, and that could come remotely close to powering the setup. Keep in mind, shimming does sound funny because the issues that I have explained previously. So, but let's hear it. But it's really very reliable. It's just meshing issues. My P90 has this actually, just a little bit of meshing issue. And there's still not a single scratch on the pinion gear, and it's a Lonex A2. So all in all, it'll be fine. But other than that, that's all there is to this build. I R-hopped his Mad Bull 6.03 barrel with the Lonex off-up chamber, which actually says Bravo on it, but it's Lonex, and it's doing just perfect. It gets really good accuracy despite the cold weather outside. It's 10 degrees outside. So, and this is regular R-hop. So yeah, that's it. That's really all I did with this build. It was really fun, really interesting, and I like it. So yeah, I hope you like it as a customer, and I hope other people enjoy this video. See you later.